It's time for PG Spoilers at ProvenGamer.com. This show is raw and unedited and contains spoilers. So if you're a little bitch, turn it off now. Enjoy.
Hello everybody and welcome to another episode of PG Spoilers. We are trying something new. You'll pull it away from me. Just do it, Donny.
Talk.
Is this how you want me to talk? I can't record with it over there.
Yes, you can. That's all for the.
Then I'll lower my volume. I can't do it like that.
You already leaned in, so just talk, man.
We're gonna have to restart this.
Hello everybody and welcome to another episode of PG Spoilers. I'm your host TrickyMic, alongside with me, Donny.
What up, dope people? It's your man's over here getting a brain aneurysm, trying to tell folks how to do things, but I'm all good.
Also with us, I yield to no one.
Oh, this show's coming off the tracks already.
And we have two special guests. You've heard our first guest's voice before. It's the Goddess.
Hey everyone, glad to be back.
And making her podcast debut, her
crocheting debut.
Teaching us how to crochet debut. I don't know. Should we use your real name? Do you have a gamer name you want to go by? What do you want to do?
Yield's wife.
The wife of
Yield's wife.
No, absolutely not.
All right. For the sake of this podcast, we're going to change your name to Yield Yields to Me.
No.
What are you trying to do to me?
I don't know.
They're going to have a fight on the airplane on the way home.
The Amy Meister.
Amy Meister.
Amy Meister.
All right. Well,
you can just call me Amy.
All right, we got Amy. Amy's going to do some crocheting because she's
not your typical podcaster.
Yes. The reason that we're all sitting here, you may notice that this is a video if you're watching the video form of this, is we all just got done doing Pax East 2015. Yield's got his little World of Warships hat on.
Donnie's got his Luigi hat going on.
I feel the table's got a little segregation over here because it's me and the guys. We are the convention veterans here. This is our second one, and on the other side of the table, we have three individuals that all came to the convention for the first time. If you heard our other episode, actually, before we do that, this is PG Spoilers. The show is unedited and uncensored. Although
that's what you people think.
Although this one is going to be edited just a little bit.
Wait, there was another one edited a year ago because you showed me the tweet.
Yeah, I don't know.
I don't know what I did to make it be edited.
But with that being said, this is PG Spoilers. Donnie's pulling my microwave.
Oh, it's going to be a long night.
Tricky's computer about got Pepsi all over it.
I'm just saying, like, I'm doing that because
we don't.
The audio levels is about to blow the machine if you look at it right now.
It's going to go right off the scale.
Donnie's pulling away from me. I'm not even talking. This thing is all of the microphones are picking us up at the same time.
Oh.
I know, I hear that, but when you talk by yourself, it's blowing.
All I have to say is, poor Amy. She really doesn't know what she got herself involved in.
All right, so let's. We are 5 minutes into the show, and we really haven't even gotten the show started yet.
I told you, train's coming off the tracks.
So let's get this started. Amy, I'm going to put you on the spot a little bit. This was your first PAX East. You were only able to enjoy one day of the 3-day event, which was today, Sunday. What did you see? What were your expectations going in? Were your expectations met? How was the overall experience for yourself?
Can you at least give us at least a paragraph?
Are you going to grade me now, teacher?
No.
I didn't really have any expectations. I really didn't.
What's wrong with her expectations? Oh, sorry. Inside joke.
Okay, let Amy talk. Amy, you didn't have any expectations.
No, I really didn't. I figured it'd be busy. Convention centers are often crowded and everything like that. But I didn't really have anything to, whatever went on was fine. I just went there to see what was going on and see how things went with that type of convention. And I mean, that was fine. I didn't expect anything, so no expectations were, oh, I'm disappointed about this or oh, I'm expecting that. So it was fine. I had no problem with it.
Okay, in full disclosure, you're not much of a gamer. You play video games, but you don't go into as much as.
What's your definition of a gamer?
Oh, see, that's a white topic.
Yeah, that's a wide answer.
There are different levels of gamers. I mean, we talked about that before.
Yeah, absolutely.
You got different levels of hardcore gamers, different levels of casual gamers.
Well, no, that just break it down to the real
Closet gamer.
You got let's break down to closet gamer. Are you this?
I'm a gamer.
Let's broad this topic before. Let's put it in. You a closet gamer, casual gamer, hardcore gamer. Just pick one, because that's the easiest way.
That would only help if she knew the definition of all three.
Well, I'm quite sure. Well, hardcore gamer would be us.
Let the woman talk. Shush.
Okay.
Okay. See, shush.
Everybody quiet.
All right. So I would say it would be like a casual or a spectator, because typically, I'm not gaming on my gamer name, because for me, it's not fun. I don't like playing by myself. I don't like playing a game with, it's not fun to play by yourself on the system. I like to be with Ben or with others, and it's more of a social thing.
Say it's not
social thing, you know what I mean? So, I can call you whatever I want, thank you. So, anyway. So that's how I like to, just be around others. It's more of a social thing.
Alright.
Alright, what was the question again?
So, Ben, aka Yield.
No government names!
This was also your first convention, and we, on the last PG spoilers, we went into this a little bit. Now that you had the full experience, as we can tell by your hat, you kind of got wrapped up in one particular area of the convention.
This is the easiest spot to get the free stuff.
But overall experience, did you enjoy yourself?
I did enjoy myself. It would be something I would go back to, either going to East or going to another convention. I can get into that later, but I had fun. I even had fun just walking around the show floor today, kind of just not necessarily doing a whole lot, just walking around looking at people's booths and seeing what was going on and looking at the other people. And
I'm glad you said boots, because I thought you said boobs.
I was looking at people's boobs.
Well, we know that, Donny. Oh, wait. You're not Donny this episode. You're Parvis.
You're Parvis.
Well, no,
No, it's Luigi Parvis.
Luigi Parvis.
Let's get it right.
As it's known on the street.
That's a street name,
That's
LP.
A street name,
LP.
LP.
Alright, so now you talk about the easiest booth to get stuff in.
The easiest boobs to get stuff in.
See, now I started that. It ain't gonna stop.
Oh, Lord.
Last year, me and the guys, we went to PAX East, and one request you had from us was get swag. And we did send you some swag along with the other four horsemen.
3.
Don't you please don't say that word again. This East, you were here, but you were here for yourself. Do you think you made a good swag haul?
Oh yeah. Well, like you said, no, everything.
Hold on, wait a second. I don't even need you to answer because the look on Amy's face is enough.
Set it off.
Okay,
I did.
Do you know how hard it's going to be to repack our suitcases? I'm just saying.
You said we had plenty of room. Anyway,
that was before I got that much stuff.
Anyway, from one booth, I did, but in the grand scheme of everything there, I probably didn't, because I just didn't walk around and people had stuff sitting out, and I'm like, let me take about 10 of these, thank you. I didn't entirely do that as much as I probably should have.
Which everybody else was.
I did, however, get bunch of lanyards.
You're not the only one.
I know I'm not the only one, but I enjoyed playing the wargaming games that I was playing, and I was getting shirts at it. So I was like, oh, all right, I'll just keep going back and playing. I got a different shirt every time I played a game.
Now, did you play anything else besides the war? What is it? World of War. Wargaming.net. Did you play any other games at the convention?
Not
Yes.
really.
I did.
You did the.
Oh, I did.
Dead Years.
Dead Years.
Dead Years.
I did
What is
Dead
Dead
Years?
Years?
It's a right now only a computer game. It's more of an indie game made by Zero Byte, and it's done in the shell shading Borderlands, but it's took inspiration from Fallout 3.
Okay.
So it's an RPG in the way of you can craft weapons and backpacks and med kits, and you've got a dog companion that you can also control and has mission specific to you controlling the dog, and you work together to rank up, and it's a kind of like a zombie, post-apocalyptic zombie, and you're working your way through that.
You can also gear up the dog too.
Okay.
Yeah.
So it looked cool.
Gear up the dog.
Well,
you can build
rank up.
You can
Clothes and rank up the dog.
you can put armor on the dog. You can also
Just like
craft backpacks to put on the dog to put extra equipment for the
like-
dog to hold.
I think you can even replay that scene from that Will Smith movie.
I Am Legend.
Yeah.
How did I know that's the movie you were talking about?
Cause that's the only one he had a dog
They got
in.
demon dogs in that. Alright.
No,
so,
you can't do that, people.
You'll have to check out Donny and I's little on the spot interview from that.
Yeah, straight
Alright,
on the
so,
spot.
Mr. Parvis, aka Donny, aka Young Twist, aka That DTN, aka LP.
Well,
How many damn names do you got, sir?
well, I tell you what, and I actually made note. Talked to this with Yield here is that if Station allows me to change my name, I'm changing it to Parvis now. Parvis has killed you. That's what I'm doing. And Parvis, people who might not heard the other spoilers that we had.
I don't think we talked about any other spoilers, did we?
No,
No,
we
we
didn't.
forgot. We forgot. This
we
is the
didn't?
first we've unveiled Parvis.
Oh, okay, well,
Okay, tell everybody how Parvis came to
okay.
be.
Well, when I went to go pick up my badge, everybody else got the name right, and I believe even Yield.
Alex's name was correct.
Yeah, I believe even Alice's name is correct, but for some reason, Donathan, I'm gonna say my government name, Donathan Dobson, in their ears
Sounded like Jonathan.
was damn Parvis, blah blah blah. I don't know the last
You know what?
name exactly.
We'll take a picture of it
And put it
in the video.
Yeah, so now my name is Parvis, blah blah blah.
Okay, so
Parvis Abubu.
Okay,
Blah.
so Parvis, I'm going to ask you, and I'm going to bring the guys in on this discussion,
Oh Lord.
because you two experienced it together.
Mm-hmm.
The love
That
hate
just
that
sounds
we have
kinda
for one another.
dirty.
That did sound a little dirty.
Okay.
All right. Well,
Honey, I'm sorry. I'm leaving you for Parvis.
it's about time.
Oh, really?
Hey, she gets a dig, I get to dig right back.
And they thought we were going to kill each other on camera.
Okay. The goddess made a boo-boo in one of her appointments for an interview, and you two ended up in the Oculus booth.
Yes.
As we and I before we actually get into that story, I want to mention how we as a group all learned a little bit more about Oculus in itself, because there was a lot of confusion between us because we didn't know Oculus and Oculus Rift were technically two different things, where Oculus was the name of the company, Oculus Rift is actually the hardware you hold on to it, and there are games being developed
For the Oculus.
For the Oculus Rift.
that are not associated
And
with
there was at
Oculus.
least 3 or 4 booths that were using that equipment,
Right.
that headset.
So, if anybody's not clear about that, I want to be clear. Oculus Rift is the actual hardware you're wearing on your head. Oculus is the company that developed the technology. and there are companies out there that are developing games to use the Oculus Rift as a controller. Okay, so we didn't fully understand all that.
Exactly.
So when you had an appointment to see a game called
Pollen Oculus Rift,
we assumed we go to the Oculus booth and that's where it was, and it turned out that's not what it was, and we'll get into that in a minute because we got a funny story associated with that. But you guys were able to go into a booth, into a room
and do the 360
do 3D because you know what?
We went into the room and it was a 360 degree version because there was two versions at that booth. There was where you sat down and they used the Oculus Rift, but they put the Samsung Note 4
that was
attached.
That was called Samsung VR, and what that is actually, it looks like an Oculus Rift, but instead of it being virtual reality, what it actually is the helmet that houses a Galaxy Note 4, and that's what you were seeing. It wasn't being projected in virtual reality. You were actually looking at a screen this close to your face.
That's what we're trying to say, that there was two different things going on at that booth.
Correct.
It was the Samsung version, and then using the Oculus Rift headset. And both Donny and I will both agree, we were very skeptical because I am not a virtual reality.
And Donny, you've always said from the start that when it comes to the Oculus Rift, unless it's like Jason X, you want nothing to do with it.
Yep, I did. First, let me just say, this whole screw up was like,
I think a good screw up. It came out.
I'm about to say this whole screw up was like, for the whole entire 3 days was the best. I guess you would say, religious people would say, blessing in disguise. And that, I'm going to say, out of the whole I'm about to say E3, I'm sorry. Out of the whole
PAX
East 2015, that machine is going to be extremely dangerous to consoles when it comes out.
You think so?
It's going to be extremely dangerous, and consoles, Morpheus better be on point if they want
to keep up.
If they want to stay console based, I'm quite sure people still going to stay on consoles, but if they want to stay up there,
well, Morpheus is being made by Sony for the PlayStation,
but
so that's their version of the Oculus Rift.
It's supposed to have the 3D version
also. Okay.
So that's what I'm saying. Morpheus better be on point with this Oculus Rift thing, because I gotta say, that thing was super amazing. Is it amazing or amazing? Amazing. It is amazing. Super amazing.
It was
amazing. I would just say it's a Donnyism.
It's a Donnyism. Amazing.
The world needs more Donny.
Let me tell you, I was sitting there cracking up watching Donny do this.
Yeah, I did some.
You were in the room with him?
We were in the room together.
I thought you were two separate.
No. We were in the same room. I'm sitting there watching him, and I'm sitting there watching him, like trying to, like he was waving hello to one thing, trying to pet something. And I'm sitting there going, and I'm watching the same screen because you can see what he's looking at. So I'm watching the screen and I'm watching him trying to react to it. And then at one point he goes, I can't see my hand. And me and the guy in the room busted out laughing.
Now let me ask you this before you guys go on. You were in a room with 3D.
Yes.
Excuse me. You were surrounded 360.
360 degree.
Wearing that headset, because we've talked on the show before about how you don't like anything covering your eyes. You don't like anything covering both ears.
Yeah.
You having that predetermined thought, like I'm going into this, I don't like it because it's already covering my head. I don't like that idea. Did you ever feel like you were going to bump into a wall because you felt the need to walk forward and not be able to see where you're going? Or were you stationary but still the technology made you feel like you were moving around?
No, I first of all, I'm not claustrophobic, so I wasn't scared about being, oh my God.
You just don't like the idea of your eyes being covered.
Yeah, my whole entire head.
Because you're wearing the glasses, because you didn't want to go wearing that gear without your glasses on because you thought it would mess up your vision.
Well, that also, and let me say that too. You don't have to worry about people who wear glasses. You don't have to switch over to contest to play this because your glasses fit perfectly fine within the eyewear also. So that's no issue. I wasn't worried about moving or running around or running into something because the guy said stay here, period. So
No, he told us to stay on the square.
No, I understand stay on the square, but I'm just saying with the technology the way it is, did you feel like human nature for your body to move, or did you feel like the way you were looking through the headset, you felt mobile enough without actually having to physically move?
Yeah, I felt mobile enough because basically everything he showed us was some stationary stuff, so we didn't have to move around. And I did. And first of all, before I did kind of like want to move around because I thought I had to like make the motion of walking in place to get somewhere.
Right.
But when I made the comment, I can't see my hands. I asked him like, how come I can't see my hands? He said the technology is not that far yet.
Yeah,
so
they're still working on it.
They're still working on it, but they have enough. The video was going in motion for you as if you were in motion, but you can look around. Put it like this: put yourself on a dolly. You looking through a movie camera or a camera, and you sitting in a chair and somebody's pushing you.
Right.
So just look at it like that, and you have when they say 360, when you turn around, the screen doesn't look like a freaking set behind you. It's exactly what passed you.
There's the fourth wall.
There's no fourth wall. If you looking in the car, you can actually stick your head inside of a car and look inside that car, and you can see every stitch or graphic or whatever they put in there. A car flipped over my head, and I
ducked.
Yeah, I ducked, but when I ducked, I looked inside.
You looked in and you could see the person inside the car.
Flipping around in the car, and bullets whizzing past you. I turned around, the bullets that whizzed past me were continue to go down to where their target
and
was.
that whole scene was...
That must be a slow-moving boat.
It was in slow-mo.
The whole entire screen was in slow motion. And then at the very end...
That monster.
And yeah, you was fighting a monstrous robot. Kind of like... It wasn't a spider, but it had more than one leg. Kind of like...
It looked like almost like a praying mantis type of thing.
Yeah, just picture the...
even better. That's even worse.
Picture the whole thing of Watch Dogs. When you had to go to one of those mini game missions when you go into like the virtual reality thing.
Okay.
And you had to fight that creature, that robotic creature terrorizing the town.
Okay.
Yeah, it's something similar to that. That's all in slow motion is bullets, and that when you get close, he rears up real slow. Then as soon as he get like close to you, they put it in fast motion and he's like rolling in your faces. Whatever slob robots have in their mouth.
Okay, so oil slob. Okay.
Yeah, oil slob.
Okay, so that was the good Oculus Rift.
That was the best Oculus Rift I've seen, and I'm going to say it again. It's better. It was the best thing they had at the whole convention.
You have to admit, the part that we were standing on top of the building, and you leaned down at the edge, and you look down. You're on the top, like let's say on the top of this Empire State Building. And you lean over, and you're looking down. You could see all the way down the street. You felt like if you leaned any more forward, you were going to fall off that building.
So somebody that's afraid of heights, like myself, that would flip me out?
Most likely.
But you know what?
But at the same time, you have to remember that it is a game. But it does feel real.
And
you do. And then with the one other scene was with the T-Rex. I mean, you hear the footsteps, you're turning around, and you get to look like, you're looking around the room, and you're standing in the room, and no matter what angle you turn, you look up, you see the ceiling, you're looking down at the floor, and you look behind you, you see the end of the hallway with the curve, like, okay, it sounds like he's coming from behind you. By the time I turned back, that guy was turning the corner, he was facing me in the face. I was like, oh boy.
Yeah.
All right,
and then he walks over you, which was kind of cool.
And the details they put, I could tell that they're going to pay very much attention to details, especially when they get it down. Because this is one scene where you're in a mirror, and they just showing you different types of faces and head that you are. It just magically just pops up. You move it, tilt it, you zoom in. It's
like the little island.
You got depth of vision, so
okay.
You could, but when I say detail, one of your head turned into a chest with a lock on it, and it had handles that flapped up and down, and when you shake, it shakes, and when it clicks the box again, you know, you're hearing it clicks and the shit shakes and all that stuff. So they're gonna put the little details like that into it, and I got the kiddie games that they're gonna have,
sound effects, yeah,
kid versions, because they showed us some kid type games or what we might call chunk games. They showed some of that stuff in there, and that's even gonna rock out this world. It's another thing that I'm forgetting. I kind of wish they had some kind of controllability to it, because I like when you said, well, if I was that scene when you're looking down and like you're gonna fall.
Right.
I just know people gonna use that as a freaking excuse to act a freaking nut, especially on these YouTube things and all this stuff.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah, and
there ain't nothing to stop that.
Yeah, and it's not even like that. Come on, people. You know you playing the game, even if you had this on there. And I kind of wish I could have jumped off.
What they're going to do is basically premeditated.
I kind of hope you had some kind of control over something. Cause I wanted to jump off. I don't know if I was going to die.
You want to see if you could fly, right?
I wanted to see, like, would it have glitched out on me? Like, if I'm going to fall to oblivion, or is it detail, windows, reflections, shadows, wind, stuff you can see as I'm going down? But like I said, only thing you had was just the video or how it's going to look when it comes out off the chain.
So if you jump off a building in virtual reality and you hit the ground, do you die?
I would say no, because you're not technically consciously dreaming it.
Okay,
that's not exactly.
I know.
Okay. No. They say if you hit the ground in a dream,
if you die in a dream, you die.
You die.
Right.
That's what I'm saying. If you die in virtual reality, jump off a building and die, you're going to die because your head thinks you.
Yeah, I would say no, because the guy in Jason S didn't die when he got his body cut up by Jason.
Nice.
All right, so that was the good Oculus Rift.
The good Oculus Rift.
Now we got to talk about the bad Oculus Rift.
Okay, so let's set up Pollen. Pollen is basically a game that's coming out at the end of the year. It is takes place on the largest moon called Titan on the planet Saturn, and
wow, they really stretch for those names, huh?
This game was basically it's developed in Finland. That's where it's the developers from and the crew. And you are the astronaut who goes back to the space station because the crew that was there before you mysteriously disappeared.
Aliens.
So
yes.
Your eyes.
And you basically have to solve the problem. You have to go investigating throughout the space station and other things on the moon to solve the problem. So it's a mystery type game.
Wait a minute, did she mention anything about markers?
Polo?
No. She didn't.
Markers.
Markers.
No, I'm just making a Dead Space reference. Cause that's what it sounds similar to.
So now you could basically, because you did. I spoke with the woman. I did the interview with Zuza. So you could basically tell your now experience on the game.
I will, and I'm going to say, yes, please take a whole year to fix that game.
Couldn't finish. Wait until I finished drinking.
That doesn't look right.
Don't hate.
That does not look right. I see that in the corner of my eye. I was like,
yield doesn't yield to no one.
And the best part is,
he doesn't.
It's all on film. It's all on tape.
I'm glad we're laughing because we got to talk about this. You just made the comment, please take a year to develop this. This was your second experience with the Oculus Rift, and it did not go as well as the first one.
No, it did not, and
it's not even because the game was bad.
Yeah, it's not because the game was bad. I think because this time I did have somewhat vision problems with it, so I would probably maybe base it on that because
the visual part.
Yeah, the visual part, because even though my glasses fit just as well as the first opportunity, for some reason it kept getting blurry, like it blurred in and out. I don't know if it was my vision or the game itself doing that, trying to make some kind of effect happen. But basically, okay, you move around. I had the controller in this one. I can actually control.
Poor guy had to use an Xbox controller.
My hand,
He was already shaking.
Oh, were you lost?
No, I don't know if you guys. Well,
He
we
was
didn't
having
have
a
the
heart
camera
attack.
up at the time, but my hands kind of was smoking a little bit.
Yeah,
'cause-
so I made the comment to the guys that we gotta get the Purell.
Make me choke here.
But I had control of this one. and-
You were touching devil stuff, weren't you?
Where's the holy water?
I had control of this one, and first person, of course, and basically when I look, this one did not have the 360 effect to it because I gave it a try and it glitched out on me kind of when I went.
Well, we
I
have
guess
to also.
160 when I.
Well, this was what?
It's
was
a
it-
PC game. It's
Yeah,
coming
but-
out to PC first, then to Linux, and
well,
a few.
Linux is the same. Linux is an operating system, so
Yeah, so but, I mean, there was a few other, but it's a PC, and I don't remember what she said. She said a few others. It's in the interview of what other systems, but as of right now, she did not mention at all the PlayStation. She did not mention Xbox
Well,
at all.
Oculus Rift is not. Oculus Rift is only for PC.
Yeah.
It's not coming to
Yeah,
consoles.
but they said that they were going to get they're working more onto the technology so that they could have
Maybe with
like-
Mac and PC and Linux.
Mac. Yeah, I think Mac.
Those are the three.
They said they
operating
wanted to
systems.
get how do you call it? Like the way the Wii is. You have the controllers,
The gay pad.
not the gamepad, the sticks,
Oh, the nunchuck.
the nunchucks, so you could use it for for your hands. So at least that's your hand, like you're
You said.
involved in it. That's what she was saying. Like the developer Ali said.
That's censored.
Okay. Oh, yeah, it is uncensored. But, okay.
So rude.
But now, do you think it was maybe because the game wasn't developed enough, or do you think it's maybe you just had a bad experience with the Oculus Rift? I mean, are you able to make that distinction?
I honestly I can't tell because the game gave me within 3 minutes of me playing it.
You were searching.
Yeah, I was. If he didn't say time up, I probably would have threw up all over it. So I think what it was. I think he was trying to mind control me, but it didn't work. I was fighting it off unconsciously but yeah,
He didn't want to be in outer space no more.
My head started hurting.
Yeah, you had to sit down for a while,
badly,
too.
and I had to sit down. I had to take off my my jacket. And yeah, because I was about to throw up. I was really not feeling it. I was kind of ready to go home, but I just knew if I just chill for a bit,
It was the controller.
no, it probably wasn't good. Look at my hand.
He's got scar marks.
I have a wound.
A war
Scar.
wound.
I have a war wound from touching it. But yeah, like I said, it's not because the game was bad. Because I'm quite sure I didn't really try to do anything, but I just picked things up and put them down. That's basically all I did.
All right. So let's move on a little bit here. Goddess, this was now your second PAX convention. Compared to last year, as Donny's checking out the crocheting.
By the way, she's not stitching anything PG. Oh, but that came out kind of wrong either.
Yeah, I was like, is she over there?
Well,
crocheting some X-rated stuff or what?
well, she's not stitching anything proven gamer. Not proven gamer.
I don't
stuff.
think pink and cream are you guys' colors.
Hey,
It's not
you-
platinum
you
and
don't-
blue.
You don't know me very well. I'm all about the pink cream. Wait, that didn't sound right.
Yeah, go on to the next one, man.
Just let it go. Like Elsa said, let it go.
I gotta say, I did not mean that. Even though this is on such a show, I did not mean it that way.
Tricky.
So I apologize.
Amy's gonna throw something at you very soon.
Are you really going there?
Yes,
I just have the
there.
death ray going on.
Can't
You
hold
see
it.
my harmonizing I put in
Um,
too.
Donnie can't hold it back anymore.
Okay, guys, this is now your second convention.
Yes, it is my second convention.
Compared to the first one, improvement stayed the same. There was a decline.
In a way, it was kind of a disappointment because yes, last year was my first year, and I got to see all big companies there. This year there wasn't that many, so.
The year of the indie.
Well, there was a lot of indie games, but you also had last year. other companies there. Like League of Legends had a huge display last year, which was nice. But
I didn't see League of Legends at all.
no, they were not here this year.
Riot was not here at all.
League of Legends, I don't think it was there, but people were representing League of Legends because we got League of Legends skin codes.
Yeah,
well,
in your swag bag, yeah.
In your swag bag,
You know, I
yeah.
didn't even get swag bag.
I did grab one.
I got mine.
Well, that means I got one. Okay.
Oh, like I'm sharing. No, I'm
Really
kidding.
wasn't.
Okay.
There really wasn't
Okay.
much.
Yeah.
Anyway, so.
But I mean, it was a little bit of a letdown. I mean, yes, due to the weather, you know, Boston got hit hard with the snow, and driving around the area, you could see it like how bad it was. So there probably were companies that could not make it in due to a lot of flight cancellations, I guess.
Well, listen.
Yeah, right.
We were checking the audio levels just to make sure everything
I was
was
just
good.
looking at the computer screen because everybody else was.
They really don't care what you have to say to
Yeah,
your
I
parents.
know. I mean, let me just get up and walk right out. You know, it's like,
You know I love you.
yeah, get away from me.
Well, I said oh no because we actually forgot to do something. And being that this is an uncensored show, we can't exactly go back and edit this part in. So we're going to have to do it now.
Say press
Wait a minute.
record.
I'll do this. This is us our time
What?
warp thing. Now
Yeah.
do it as soon as I come back out of the camera.
Okay.
Do it.
This podcast is being brought to you partly by Boston Dunkin' Donuts.
Oh,
Found every 5 seconds in Boston.
oh my God! Let me tell you, Boston
Back to
loves
the
their
show.
Dunkins.
Yeah.
So most likely, like due to the weather, like you saw where we did some interviews, certain people that we were supposed to do the interviews, and Alex is not here due to the weather as well, with other situations going on, and we do miss you dearly,
Yeah,
Alex.
shout out to Alex.
We had 2 flights canceled in a day.
Yeah.
The one of the interviews that Donny and I did for Alex, the person that was supposed to do the interview with Alex, unfortunately could not make it to PAX East because his flight was canceled from overseas. I believe it was from Sweden to Boston.
Sweden?
Yes, Sweden. So, and we had the interview with someone else. So, the cosplay wasn't like the way it was last year, and you have to agree with me because you and I were the only ones there last year.
There was a step down this year.
It was a major step down in cosplay. I mean,
cold or not.
Oh no, that don't even no reason at all. Talking about the weather.
No.
People get
no.
I didn't see Mad Moxie.
Mad Moxie she was here last year.
Really
she was at New York
wanted to see
Comic
Mad
Con.
Moxie.
She was not here at all.
No,
and
I
trust
saw
me.
Claptrap. Claptrap looked. You and I saw Claptrap.
Yeah.
Tricky. And it was a really good Claptrap. Had the realistic eye and everything, and he was.
I didn't see the front of him. I just saw the back.
He had a realistic
Okay,
eye,
bad.
and when he talked, it didn't sound like. I mean, it sounded like Claptrap, but it wasn't Claptrap. So that was really cool. But I was like, he wasn't on a unicycle,
And that was amazing.
and that just kills it for me.
But no, y'all misheard me. No, I'm saying you can't use weather as an excuse for the
Well, if you have to-
cosplay because no, did you not see those people outside?
Well, no.
Some
But what
people
I'm saying,
braved it,
some people
but-
braved it, but you have to remember that a lot of the people probably could not make it to PAX because of the weather, flight cancellations,
Yeah.
and whatsoever.
Weather,
That's what I'm
but the
saying.
ones that
Yeah,
was there.
Oh, the ones that were
were
there.
there, and most likely
they did their thing.
come
Crazy.
like
No, that was no thing. It's freaking crazy as heck, man.
they were probably from, let's say here like the tri-state area, New York, Connecticut, New Jersey, Boston, Rhode Island, New Hampshire, that area like close by. But anybody else who was flying from the West Coast into the East Coast, most likely they were not able to come.
Oh yeah, I'm not the people who got the flights canceled. But that's understandable. Well, I'm talking about the people who was there. I'm not saying I ain't mad because I got my share of capital titties, but
Donny was all about the knockers, okay?
But I'm just saying it could have been more cosplay.
Sorry,
I wasn't about the one cosplay. I've been waiting years years to go all Animaniacs on somebody.
And he did it with me online.
And I'm standing in line. The goddess and I are standing in line
to get food.
On Thursday, we're standing in line, and up walks this girl dressed up as a really hot nurse. And I turned around and I go, "Hello, nurse!" And I've been waiting years to legitimately do that.
Okay, but let's be real. Something. We were driving up to the convention, and you did it from outside of my car.
If I could have rolled the window down fast enough, I'd have done it shouting it going down by him, but I couldn't get the window down.
Alright,
You're going to get beaten tonight.
Yes.
The looks you're getting right now.
Okay,
Alright.
okay, anybody that's not, anybody that's watching the video and listening to this, you will, as the goddess has already mentioned, you will notice a voice and a presence is missing. That is our other four horsemen brothers, Alex. I think everybody at this table shares my sentiment when I say this. We miss you. We wish you were here. For all of our listeners, please keep Alex in your thoughts. He was not able to get here because his flight was canceled. But anybody that knows Alex, they know he wanted to be here, and I think all of us could say that we wish you were here, buddy.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. You were really missed. We missed you.
You missed. Not only did you miss a good time at PAX, you missed a lot of inside jokes.
Okay.
Oh, yes.
So now, speaking of missing things.
Oh,
what are you looking at me for?
I'm looking at my horseman brothers.
Uh-oh.
One of my highlights of this year was going to the Game Over Greggy panel. And we had a good time.
Best line during the whole show,
yes.
right
Yeah.
here. We had the best two lines of the whole show right here.
Yield had to get his Buckeyes thing in there when some listener of their show decided to show his college pride and say
Roll Tide, Alabama.
Which was quickly followed by
Go
Yield.
Buckeyes!
Couldn't miss it.
So if you watch the Game Over Greggy YouTube about
at Kind of Funny,
Kind of Funny, and you watch the YouTube video of that panel, I'm pretty sure that's going to be mentioned. Yeah, that was me.
And unfortunately, nobody claimed the bounties on us.
Yeah.
That's true.
So we decided to give Greg Miller, Kyle Moriarty, Nick Scarpino, and Tim Geddes are the PSN cards and some Proving Game t-shirts, kind of like what I'm wearing right now.
And
Donnie's wearing. We gave them to give away the shirts, and they were able to give away the shirts. And that did something tremendous, because not only was it given away on the show, which gives us popularity and gets us noticed out there, but shortly after the panel, they went next door and they did a little meet and greet where people could stand there and talk. And something phenomenal happened that my two horseman brothers missed out on, and I really wish they were there, is just that small mention got people to look at me, and they were standing around me, and before I knew it, I had 50 people around me asking me about the podcast, asking me how to apply, asking me about the website, and the one question I kept getting is, where's Donnie? Where's Yield? Where's Alex?
What the heck? Why didn't you
Are
call,
you serious?
man?
yes, and I said to him, why didn't you call me? You know what he said? My phone was in my bag.
Where was
The
your
one
bag?
time,
It was in the corner, and I couldn't get it
you
because everybody was
serious,
surrounding
man.
me.
right when we walked out.
Are
So
you
no one
freaking
claimed the
serious?
bounty on us, but everybody knew us.
Well, don't forget, because he gave out the gift card with the t-shirts, and he did mention us.
Making our
Yeah.
200th episode.
And you got that big picture in the very
Yeah,
beginning.
and we
and
showed-
everybody saw it.
Both cast together.
But they didn't mention us by name. They just said Proving Gamer Trophy Horse.
Because people actually were listening to the podcast and checking out the website under the descriptions, going, hey, Yield, where's Donnie? Where's Alex?
Man, you missed something too. You missed me calling you a freaking scrub right now. You didn't pick up the phone and say, come upstairs,
hold on
man.
a second. I will tell you, I told them that you guys were busy, that you were doing work for the site, and that unfortunately you weren't able to be there. But they all said that we showing up for episode 200, and while we do episode 200, which again got delayed because Alex is not here.
And it would not have been the same without him.
We are doing a live show for episode 200. It's going to be streamed. They're all going to interact, and these people, they want to meet and talk to you. So during episode 200, they said they were going to call in and tell us congratulations on episode 200, which is greatly appreciated.
Oh, cool.
And they're looking forward to talking to you, gentlemen.
Oh, cool.
Oh yeah, I'm
But
looking forward to talking
I-
to some sisters too.
But I got to tell you, you know,
Just the sisters, not the brothers.
Forget the brothers, just the sisters.
I got to tell you, what I'm more upset about the whole thing is, and I'm sure you guys can share the sentiment on the reverse side of it, is as phenomenal as it is last year, getting recognized just by my voice, to see that many people turn around and go, you know, I heard a Proving Game before Greg mentioned it. I cannot tell you what kind of a high that is.
I'm about to cry again, man. I'm mad as heck, dog. I'm about to cry. I'm about to have tears of anger right now because I'm mad as heck, man. This is the moment I've been waiting for to claim my fame.
Well,
You were nowhere in
in all
sight.
honesty, Donnie, I thought you were going to the bathroom and coming back, so... But you disappeared on me.
We went and got lunch.
You know,
I understand it. I said you were busy.
man, I'm going to the
And
plane
then we
airport.
did
As
go-
soon as we get done with this, I'm going to the airport. Go
But,
back.
And then we did work for the site. We went downstairs and roamed the show floor.
Yes, you did.
well, we got some more interviews.
Yes. So we're nearing 46 minutes, or actually we're over 46 minutes in this. But Amy, you've been kind of quiet, so can you show the camera what you've been working on? Because you're doing pretty good work
Right
over there.
now. Woo,
That's some
there we
very,
go.
that's very PG.
And
is
what exactly are you doing? Because this is a conversational show here.
if
Okay.
you didn't know.
Yeah.
She has not noticed that yet.
Right now, I'm working on an Afghan that I'm planning on donating to my church for fundraising purposes. So I'm going to make this and donate it to them. They do a bazaar in December, so they're going to actually raffle it off for funds for the fundraiser.
Oh, okay.
Awesome,
Good thing.
awesome.
And speaking of fundraisers, I just noticed you're wearing an Extra Life shirt.
Yeah, I am.
Are you actually going to sign up for Extra Life this year?
Yes, I am.
I just had to call you out.
That's fine. You can keep doing that.
Hey Donnie,
I
are
still-
you
I still owe
gonna
you your
do Extra
$25
Life
from
this
last
year?
year.
Huh?
Are you gonna do
Donate
Extra
this
Life?
year.
I gonna.
I honestly do try to do it every year, but
You forget.
not, I don't.
You're gonna
I
get-
don't be at home.
You know what?
I don't
I'm
be at
saying
home.
it right
I
now.
don't be at-
What's today's date?
I don't be around.
Today is
network.
the 8th of March,
March 8th.
2015.
You're my witness. Goddess, you're my witness.
Absolutely.
Amy, you're my witness.
And the rest of the
Donnie
good
does
viral.
not have a choice in this because we were going to enforce this.
Hold on. First of all, if I got a witness, I don't I'm supposed to have a choice. Like,
No.
Well, no, because
This is
we'll
March
explain
8th.
why.
Forfeited that.
This is March 8th.
Ah.
Extra Life is in November.
What
Is it
day?
December this year?
Yes.
What day?
It's the first
We're
weekend in
not
November.
We don't remember.
It's
It's either the 5th, 7th, or 9th.
no. Well, how do you call it? It's on when we do the daylight savings. He said
We
it when
fall
we
back.
were at New York
We
Comic
fall
Con.
back.
We were at New York Comic
If
Con.
Donnie
We met
does
them and
not
they
sign
said,
up for Extra Life this year,
We'll
he
sign
has
the
to give
form.
the hat away.
"Oh,
That right now. That ain't happening.
So then you better sign up."
Sign up.
Now that ain't happening. Whether something happened or not, y'all ain't getting my freaking hat.
Alright.
If you know how much I paid for this hat,
You know how much you ask what you're going to get from the Secure for that?
you know, I'll have my hat to protect me because it's magic. But I got some Miss DLC.
Miss DLC.
Yeah.
Wait, we ain't even closing out the show. We ain't even
Yeah,
got
what
with the
are you
meeting.
Well, we're not. But not before you move on to something else. We started talking about missing things.
Oh, so you got main story DLC.
Oh,
No.
he's talking about DLC of things missing.
Missing.
Oh.
Yeah. So this would be like a hidden trophy.
A hidden trophy.
A hidden spoiler?
a hidden spoiler.
Hidden trophy.
Yeah. I miss Jazz. Jazz, I'm calling you
Oh.
out.
Oh.
You come to see me.
I did try to get a hold of Jax for you, but when I called her, she was already at the airport.
Jazz.
So,
Jazz. Bad girl.
She did say
Bad girl, Jazz.
She did say that Donnie, she loves you, she misses you. She's very sorry she didn't see you, but if you want to come visit her, you're welcome on her to come to Jacksonville anytime, and she'll even let you sleep on the couch.
Well, I can't even comment on that because I'm married. But when we get done with this video camera,
That's why he's sleeping on the couch.
we get done with this video camera. I'll, you know.
Oh yeah.
We've covered PAX. I and I don't want to keep the show going just for the sake of keeping the show going.
Yeah.
But some things we need to mention. Donnie's interrupted me, so go ahead.
No, I was gonna say we should. You gave her expectations on closing it. You should give our expectations on what we really.
He was getting there.
Oh, I'm sorry because you don't want to.
You want to host?
You miss things sometimes.
You want to host? Because you never want to host Trophy Wars.
But he wants to do PG spoilers.
Whoa. I always want to host Trophy Wars.
We gotta open up that floodgate.
Exactly.
Kid.
Exactly.
I think you and I should just exit out right
We
now.
were having a
This is going to bring an end to this
No,
episode.
we're not done. We were rotating hosts because a certain somebody wanted time off. And then all of a sudden...
Hey!
What?
What is that supposed to mean? He does have time to spend with his family.
I'm not saying it in a
Hello?
bad way. I'm not saying it in a bad way. He wanted time off, so we all were rotating. We were getting used to it. And then a certain somebody goes, I want to take it over again.
No, but think about it. He never took the time off that he cried about.
That's true. He wants to go on the show every week.
Yes.
No, my time off was not having to put the agenda together, not setting up the show. It was free time during the week where I can go, you know what, I don't have to stress about writing the agenda. Which now I write up the agenda every week on, Saturday morning?
Oh, Sunday right before the court.
Exactly.
Where's the agenda? Oh, there it is.
Did you guys read the topics?
No, because we just
got them.
We just got it.
Well, you guys don't read the topics when I send it on Monday.
That's because you read it word for word. We would skim it.
I
He'd
do
be like,
read
he'd be
it.
like, you missed something. It's like, that's not important. It's important to the listeners. No, it's not.
Once again, people, I do read it. The character I play on the show is just me playing.
You know what?
I have two words for you. It starts with a B and it ends with a T.
Yeah, that's some bullshit.
No.
I was being nice. He just been blunt.
No, I'm talking about my character. That's me in real life, but
Was he talking about Parvis?
off the head, the
Parvis.
improving. I do that on purpose. I read the agenda all the time. I act like I don't read the agenda. That's what I mean.
All right, so let's close out the show by doing a little farewell to PAX by saying our best moment, our worst moment, and would we return? I mean, it is an event. It is it's not simply like going out to a movie.
It's time consuming.
It's very time consuming. It's very strenuous. It's expensive. It's
tedious
hard,
work.
It's hard on the body because this is the first year. Last year, me and the guys we went and covered things, but we went as spectators. This year, we all went as media. And well, actually, before we get your closing thoughts, let me and the guys talk a little bit here. Last year we went as spectators. This year we went as media. So for me, this year, it was a lot less fun.
I agree.
Because there was a lot more stress on us to make our appointments, to get everything. And one of my disappointments this year was that I actually did not spend a lot of time on the show floor because, well, I take that back. I spent a lot of time on the show floor, but I didn't spend a lot of time looking at things. I mean, if Harmonics didn't have a big sign off the roof, I wouldn't have even known Harmonics was there. And that's not a knock at Harmonics. That's a knock to the different way we look at the convention when we're going there for fun rather than we're going there to work.
Yeah, we were looking for booths this time to make it to our appointments on time than enjoying it. I mean, that's the one thing I believe that I said when I met up with my friend Heather that we met last year.
Right.
At the Murdered Soul Suspects panel over there. And she asked me how did I enjoy it this year? And I was honest with her. I go, honestly, I was like, I didn't get to do that much. And and honestly, from listening to Greg and Colin at the Game Over Gregory panel, he's absolutely right. This time, he was the spectator. It was reverse roles. And they got to enjoy themselves, walk on the floor, go from one, thing to another. And we didn't get to do that this year.
No,
it was just,
we didn't.
And it was a little bit of a disappointment, I have to say. But next year, I do want to go back.
I'm sorry, I'm listening to you.
I know,
but something amazing's going on over here. So I think
hell froze
this
over.
is going to be the video part of the podcast here.
Just try to weave it into the pink stuff, okay? You can do all you want. Oh,
I think I just made a.
Did you see a chain?
No, I think I just.
He got close to making a chain.
Barbershop sign. Because I think I just twisted it around.
Oh, gotcha.
All right, back to the podcast.
Okay.
I mean, so
thank you for checking out that part of the video. Our listeners, if you're not clear about what we're doing,
Donnie's trying to crochet.
Yes, Amy just handed a needle,
the crocheting hook, and one of the patches.
Pearl 1, knit 2.
I did J hook, which is
okay.
You got to look at the numbers.
You got to look at the
I
number
go by
of
letters.
Can I see that second there, Donnie?
Let's just see the.
Knit
Let me
1,
just
Pearl
see.
2.
Just give me the whole
Look at the
thing.
10 and a half, actually, but
Turn on the
Not
side.
sure.
Or no, this side.
the flat side.
It's a 10.
No, it's a 6.
6.5?
6.
Oh, it's a 6.
Can I finish making my booties, please?
I just want to make sure
His
you weren't holding a
booties?
9mm.
I mean, thanks, Donnie, for interrupting and ruining everything.
I know that's
Okay.
a Detroit reference because you guys do that to me all the time. We went to a restaurant.
Oh, you don't want to go down this
I don't know.
path.
I don't want to say the name of
Italian?
it. No, not that one. When we went to
The Italian joke?
The last one?
Well, the first one when we picked you up.
The second one when we was down here, by the water.
Oh, Amanove.
Yeah.
Yes.
Well, we all had a dish that needed to be cut with a sharp cut with a sharp knife.
Oh yeah.
For some reason, when she was going around passing out the knives, Tricky says,
Oh, wait. Before you do that, let's be clear. When she was giving out the knives, she didn't want to give you
the
one.
knife.
no, that's what I'm about to say.
Okay.
Because of what you said. While she was passing out the knives, Tricky come out, well, don't give him one. He's from Detroit.
Right.
We all laughed. Even she did while she was going around passing them out. But she still skipped me. You gotta close out now. I just thought I'd get
Close
that
out.
Close out.
Huh?
You can just stay over there crocheting.
You know what it
We're
is?
not done over here.
We were talking about the.
But, okay,
I'm sorry.
But, work versus having fun. You lost your train of thought.
I was bummed out. I really was bummed out this year because I didn't get
As Donnie's showing his crochet.
I didn't get
camera.
to do what I wanted to do. I didn't get to see the booths and sit down and talk with, the developers and play, the demos like I got to do last year. And that was, it was disappointing.
And I have to agree with you because, as I was saying before, going from media appointment to a media appointment, and I think a part of it, and I'm not putting any fault on it, I think part of it was because Alex was not here. It put a little bit more work on all of us to cover his appointments. So where we initially thought we were going to have some free time, we lost that trying to take up the, pick up the work and pick up the slack.
I try not to say that.
Those dang Cybersaurus rats just raising havoc everywhere.
Hey, I like that. I like that.
Yes.
But with that being said, I mean, it is work, and
we did have a little fun.
While we do this for
the viewers and
we
listeners.
do this for fun. We do this on our spare time. We've taken off time from work to be here together. Some people, some of us have gone through things that, we're not going to discuss on this to make sure that we're here. I want to say to everybody sitting at this table, to all of our listeners, all the viewers that are watching us right now, from the bottom of my heart, I know you guys don't do this to get paid. You do this for fun. And the goddess, Amy, for putting up with my BS, harassing yield on a almost nightly basis. Sometimes getting phone calls. Driving home last year from Pax East when we were stuck in traffic.
For 3 hours.
I'm on the phone with Yield for 3 hours talking to him about the most obnoxious shit in the world, and he's just sitting there
Playing video games,
just hunting me to death. Just
And
keeping
asking
me-
what kind of swag did you get me?
What'd you get me?
And
That was the main thing. What did you get me?
And like every 15 to 20 minutes, I hear Amy in the background going, "You still on the phone?" To Donny, you know I love you like a brother. You know you annoy the shit out of me a lot. But
You did get fired, didn't you?
A couple
7
of times.
2 times. No, two times officially off the show. For real.
he's missed weeks.
Well, yeah, I remember the one. Yeah,
For real. The
I
other
think I
time,
replaced him for a few weeks.
and then the other times were just Tricky is just making it a run-on thing. Joke.
Well, the last time we fired him, true story. A little backstory for our listeners. If I don't think we already actually told this story. Donnie was fired legit. Like, he was not coming back. We did a memorial show in which my co-host at the time convinced me to bring Donnie back for that show.
From the dead?
From there, Donnie just stopped not showing up. Every week he'd be there to podcast, and it was kind of like, okay, Donnie's here.
No, you messing that all
No,
up.
I'm
man.
not.
I wasn't just popping up. I came for that one show, and I just kept getting calls to come back
Right.
on and
Donnie
on.
just kept showing up.
No, because I was being called upon.
Right. No.
By the gods.
But he wasn't being called by me. He was being called by the other guys going, hey, just show up. And I get there and I'm like, all right, whatever.
So,
I mean, because I got love for Donnie. You know, I love him like a brother. But
we didn't. Well, let's get this also straight out. I didn't get fired of me doing bad things.
no. You just got fired because you annoyed the shit out of me.
Well, that was I think it was probably the second time. The first time I was like, because of the audio thing. My audio was jacked up every show.
He got fired because at the time his audio quality couldn't live up to what we were expecting.
Yeah, and
so he was fired.
Or let go.
Yeah, he was let
Or
go.
laid off.
You were laid off.
Laid
He
off.
was
Were you
furloughed.
able to file for podcasting unemployment?
I did because
He was furloughed.
I was impeached. Put it like that.
But going back, very sincerely, I want to thank you guys. I want to thank the listeners. I want to thank the viewers watching this right now. How the hell you put up with us for an hour now at this point?
And we're not done.
Well, we're almost done.
hour and 3.
Oh my god, lions, tigers, and bears
I
are
want to
alive.
say thank you because you guys have put your lives on hold a lot of times to record 199 episodes so far of Trophy Horrors. How many spoilers, including the one that famously got lost that I'll never live down.
Thanks for bringing it up, man. My head just started hurting.
Yeah.
Finished playing the
Best
Oculus.
spoiler ever.
And
we had to redo it.
I want to give a special thank you to Lakira, and I want to give a special thank you to Amy, who's over there crocheting. Thank you for putting up with me.
Finishing up my
And-
my portion that
And you know you're messing up my Oscar moment here. I want
Sorry,
to
man.
Making sure you're not going to tear up.
Well, I'm probably going to tear up because I'm not a big softie, but I want to thank you because none of us, and the guys included, I was going to say a special thank you to, but without the love
Oh, he was, but not anymore.
well, I didn't want you to feel like I'm excluding you here now, but without the love and support of our spouses, we would not be able to do this on a weekly basis. Are you about to fart?
No, cramp. Leg cramp.
I'm not going to get the Barbell thing. So
I got a Charlie horse.
Let's move on.
thank you, thank you guys, thank you, Amy, thank you, Lakira, for putting up with our shenanigans and allowing us to do this.
Oh, that's it. The show's over. Shenanigans has been called. The show's over.
Thank you for putting up with us and doing this because Lord knows I'm not easy to deal with.
Are we going to get a chance to say our thank yous?
Yes! I'm a pain in the ass. But I don't know how the hell you guys put up with me on a weekly basis, and I know I'm annoying.
We just ignore you.
I know you do.
Yeah.
So, thank you. And thank you, listeners, because without you guys, we would not be celebrating 200 episodes next week, and we would not be able to do this. And without you guys coming to the site, listening to us, we would not have the desire to be here right now calling shenanigans, because I think he's about to fart when he has a leg cramp. Talking about how Donny's been fired because of his audio quality and then pissing me off and whatever
Fired
else.
again.
And, so thank you. And
welcome.
when you listen to episode 200, I'm probably gonna cry like a little baby. But
Make sure you write down your list of thank yous.
we'll get to that, because I might have to have my thank yous all pre-recorded.
Yes, do that. And I'll patch it in, please.
It was overwhelming, just trying to get everything in order before we got here and when we got here. But I have to admit, for the second time being here, I'm glad and grateful I finally got to meet you guys. The one person that is missing is Alex, and honestly, I wish I got to meet him, but I know you're here with us in spirit, Alex, and next year it's going to be you are going to be here, and I'm telling you now, you will be here next year with us.
Boy.
So,
Boy.
Amy, it was a pleasure meeting you.
You too.
As well. Had fun. We're getting rid of these guys for a while, and we got to spend our time together as well. Overall, I enjoyed it. I enjoyed it to a point.
Okay, Amy.
Do I need to smack you?
Just skip over her.
Okay, I think Donny's want to be last, so Amy, do you want to say anything, or?
Yes.
going around
Actually, I
table.
do have something to say. So shush!
Oh, everybody talk! Quiet on the set! Quiet!
You too, babe.
Thank God we
Okay.
don't have names.
No, I thought that if for a second event, it would be, I'm a photographer, so I would need to get a backpack so you got your weight distributed, because carrying something over your shoulder is killing you. And then they'd had the the QR scan codey things,
Right.
And that looked really cool. Since I only went on Sunday, that would have been just went way too much just to try to focus on that. You wouldn't have been able to see anything else. So starting that on a day one would have been really cool. Would have been something to look forward to. So you weren't bored if you finished everything else. You keep doing that. So
Right.
yeah,
All
that's
right.
it for me.
Mr. Yield?
The only complaint I really had with PAX was I didn't really feel a Sony presence. I understand the indies, and I went to a couple of the indie booths, a couple of emails that we got. One of them I didn't get to play. They only had one computer running. I can't even begin to pronounce the name of the game, but it was a mold, or took inspiration from Contra, Blaster Master, Metroid, and it was done in the 8-bit style, but it was modernized. And watching it play, it looked kind of like a Metroid / Castlevania vibe. So, and I went to the Dead Years, which was another indie game. So I did that, which I've spoke out before. I'm not a big indie fan, but I tried a few things, and I spent a lot of time at the wargaming.net booth because I'm not a computer gamer, but that could be a game that would get me in. This would be the good, get me into some computer gaming, because
That's your thing.
it's World War II, and it was fun. The ships that whole series, just the ships from that could be my next Warhawk, where I would just log hours into it, blowing people up.
Okay.
So I had fun. I would go back.
What's left?
I don't know. It's another inside joke. I would go back. I'd have a lot of fun. I think maybe I would come back to East. I would like to go to Prime, since there would be a lot more of probably of a Sony presence at Prime.
Well,
since we're mainly a PlayStation podcast, I mean, we mention Nintendo, we poke fun at Xbox, give them a little credit when it's due.
Right.
I mean, even when we were sitting...
Which is not often.
Which isn't often. When we were sitting at when you and I were...
That's a thing right there.
When you and I were sitting at the Wargaming booth for our press event, and they're talking about the 360 and all that, and we're just like, well, what about Sony? And they didn't say no, but...
Yeah, we actually learned of something that we can talk about that on Trophy Horse.
But they broke my heart.
Yes, they broke your heart. But we've talked about it before that, PAX is about the community. It's about the gamers. It's not a commercial event where you go to Prime and you go to TGS or you go to E3. That's when you're going to get your big demos dropped. You're going to get your big reveals and stuff like that. PAX isn't about that, and I feel you on the fact that there's not a Sony presence.
PAX Prime would probably be it's a little bit more industrial, but it's still going to be more for the fans. And all the developers were very what's the word I'm looking for? Not available. I mean, available. Right. They were there to talk to people. They were glad people came to stop by. Even the panels we went to, they were just really glad to not have to sit there and do the corporate thing. It was just, here we are, you like us, great, if you don't.
Because even in that Wargaming thing, even though we sat in that event and the first thing they told us before they even started was part of what we're going to hear is under embargo. We're not allowed to talk about it. But it's so relaxed that
I didn't sign nothing.
Technically, we can talk about it right now because we didn't sign anything. But to honor the developers and to keep that trust, we're not going to break that. But that's how relaxed PAX is. They're like, we're going to tell you something that you're not allowed to talk about, and we're going to go on the honor system and say, you know what, we trust you not to talk about this. And I like a developer like that.
Yeah, it was fun. I like that personable.
Personal interaction.
There you go. Personal. It was really like Donny and I went back. I played the. I'm drawing a blank on it.
Dead Years.
Thank you. I went and played the Dead Years. I died fairly quickly. I got up. I walked away, and I'm like, you know what? I'm going to go back and just ask the guy a couple of questions because what I thought I read on the email, and I went back and I went to ask him a couple of questions, and Donny whips out the camera, and then we had probably 5-10 minute impromptu.
I don't know what you're talking about, man. I'm looking at crocheting.
Oh,
focus, Donny. Focus.
We had a 5 or 10 minute impromptu interview. I was just asking the guy about the game, and then Donny's like, wait, can I record this? And the guy's like, sure. So an impromptu interview just by going back and asking the guy a couple of questions. So that was really cool.
All right. And Donny, closing statements.
My expectations was...
It doesn't matter what your expectations are! Give me that!
You know what? Alice made it up to the podcast. And you know what? That shows some enthusiasm.
It does, doesn't it?
I give it to you. That was a nice
He was
one.
enthusiastic about it, okay?
You know what? I was trying to see what I could do that, and you beat me to it.
No, the thing about it was, he been trying so hard to get to that moment, as we heard on previous shows, and he finally got to that moment.
But you know what? In his defense, he has pulled it off. But the problem was because of his internet delay, it was 3 seconds too late.
That's true, it was.
And now it was on time.
It was on time. And perfect. Nobody was expecting it.
He was like, you know what? There ain't no internet delay today. I'm doing it.
I'm taking this bad boy and running with it.
I was actually contemplating last time. I was actually contemplating because the video shut off. Just saying, you know what, listeners, this was the end of the video. I was gonna do a little thing, but there ain't no way in hell now I can cut this from the video.
Because I even turned to you.
There's no way avoiding that.
Okay. My expectations was high, but only because of what I seen on TV. By me not being to a convention of any sort ever, I was basing it on what I seen on TV.
Okay.
A big part, I'm a huge fan of cosplay.
There's no yawning in podcasting.
Listen, I'm tired.
So am I. Okay, I'm sorry. last time.
Yeah, right.
I'm a huge fan of cosplay, even though I can't afford to do it. But I would like.
It's that delirious stage. Keep going, Donnie.
I would like to do it sometime in life, and it wasn't much cosplay in it. You know,
It was another one.
it wasn't much cosplay that I would hope to see in it. So, but it was some in there, and I would say that I thought this would never happen to
Deadpool
me.
the Red Ranger.
Yeah.
That was good.
Deadpool as a Red Ranger?
No.
No, the Red Power Ranger and Deadpool. You should look at the pictures.
We got
Okay.
them. We got
That
them
was a
facing
good
off.
one.
We got them facing off.
Facing off.
But I will say, I thought this would never happen to me ever.
You got
I
KO'd.
was a freaking groupie.
Yeah.
Oh, major big group.
Oh,
I was a groupie, and I think I mentioned that in the previous spoiler, but I said I was going to bring it
I wish this was
bring the video.
Put it in the stalking music.
bring the video in, but I said we're going to do that, and I got killed numerous times.
Yes.
you got KO'd too, because we got.
oh, yeah,
I got KO.
I got KO'd once, and I got killed like three or four times, and even had my own face off against
Deadpool.
no, was that Deadpool with the hood too?
I'm pretty sure he had a Deadpool.
Okay,
symbol on.
well, another.
Yeah, he had Deadpool symbol down here. Not that low. Like a belt buckle Deadpool.
But
We are so delirious right now.
as you guys, we want to put some pictures up on the site on ProvenGamer.com, and you're going to see me
On the
get
Facebook
killed
page.
on the Facebook page. I'm sorry.
You're
we're
not
gonna-
going to put it on the website?
I can, but it would be more accessible on the Facebook page.
Okay, but
Oh,
I'm sorry, on Facebook, Proven Gamer on Facebook, and we're gonna you're gonna see me face off against
We never did an
these
Instagram.
superheroes. See me get KO. You want to see me in a video of me getting killed by, I'm just gonna say,
Tumblr?
the legendary snake, the original snake. I'm gonna say that I'm getting killed by the original snake. So that was pretty cool.
LinkedIn.
But I'm gonna close off with this.
Google Plus.
Oculus, people, keep your eyes on the Oculus Rift. Don't be fooled.
Wait, pun intended?
Pun intended.
Okay.
Yeah, the logo is a freaking eye.
Okay, we gotta close out
Yes,
the show, Donnie.
Well, I'm trying.
I know
I'm
you
trying
are.
for the last hour and a half.
I know you are.
So, yeah, keep your eyes on Oculus Rift, and I've got to say, you guys know I'm a station guy. I'm a console guy, and on top of that, station all the way, but that just might bring me over to the PC if that Morpheus ain't right. So, Sony, step your game up.
Alright, that is gonna bring us to the end of the show. Thank God.
You sure about
I
that?
want to thank Amy for popping your podcasting cherry with us. I want to thank Yield for not only bringing the awesome every week, but including our brother Alex into this podcast in his own special way.
Embodiment of awesome.
I want to thank Donnie for putting up with our shenanigans and derailing him for the last 45 minutes as he
Is
tries
that
to
the
close
third
out the
time we
show.
said shenanigans?
Oh man, this podcast is so done.
I want to thank the goddess for being by my side and supporting me do all this.
I'm going to have to break this up in
Anytime, babe.
And I want to thank
Hey, come on. We're running low on time.
And I want to thank the listeners for listening and watching this. It means a lot to me and everybody else at this table that you actually care enough to watch this video or to listen to us ramble on for an hour and a half and as we just lose our minds.
Give us that Patreon money, even though we don't have it.
At this point, probably have to
Pay them.
At this point, we have to start a Patreon just to send us all to the nut house. So until the next episode of PG Spoilers, thank you for listening. And if you're interested in doing your own show, be sure to submit your ideas, and we will put that on the
Well,
podcast.
hold on.
We're going to close with, I'm working on the PG Spoilers for a very, what did I say, a hypothesis or discussion on the actual, is that really Snake or Big Boss for Metal Gear
Yes, we're
Phantom
going to do
Pain.
that.
That's going to be coming out real soon. I really want to get that. People,
We gotta
let
get
us
that done
know.
before the Phantom Pain comes out.
Oh, we want to get it done sometime next week, or within the next 2 weeks.
Yeah,
Don't promise that.
Don't promise.
I'm going to get
yeah. You need to get a panel.
Close out.
You need to get a panel together.
Of actual Snake fans, like die-hard Snake fans.
Yes, we need for real Metal Gear Pain. And I'm going to say, if you want to get down with this, let me know, and I will give you. I want to.
No PP.
Yeah, you know me.
I want to do this for real, like
For real?
for real.
For reals?
And I want
For
you to,
real,
I want
real?
you to know your Metal Gear game. I
This
want you on
show's
top of
not
your
gonna
Metal Gear game. No, for real. Listen, if you want to, I want to do this real soon, like within the next 2 weeks for real. So if you really want to get down, let me know. And if you need time, you're gonna need to know Metal Gear Solid 1 all the way through 4 to actually put in your comments for real on this. Okay, what the heck did you get?
Well, count how many times
What
you
did you
said
say?
for
For
real.
real?
Well, if y'all would shut up and let me do it.
For real?
For real?
For real?
Man, for real.
Alright, that is going to bring us to the end of the show. Donnie, I will make sure your message gets out there. If you are a true Metal Gear fan, hardcore, contact Donnie so he can get the next PG spoilers up. I'm closing out the show.
Bye.
Good night.
Good night,
Peace
everyone.
out.
Until next time.
I was too tired to say peace out.